Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel where we talk about all the ways in which to live our best life. And in today's episode, we're going to focus on pain, grief, loss, uncomfortable feelings, sadness, all the so-called negative emotions that exist within us due to past experiences or maybe even current experiences that we may find ourselves in, whether it is experiencing pain from a relationship that is not working out, or a lack of a relationship, or wanting to be in a relationship with somebody and feeling the pain of rejection or abandonment, or same sort of dynamics but in a work relationship, a friendship, thoughts that you have in your head about who you are, the way that you look, so many ways we can experience pain, discomfort, grief, and we're going to be talking about that today. My name is Anna Morfides. I am in the process of getting my clinical counseling designation and just have finished the grief and loss portion of the program, where we talk about transmuting pain into essentially gratitude for the experience of what it is trying to show us, and how to use that pain and discomfort as a compass to feeling the complete opposite. So for example, if you're feeling pain in an existing relationship because you are receiving breadcrumbs, there's push and pull dynamic from your partner because one day they're in and one day they're out, they're not fully committing, you feel that they're not fully in it, you feel a sense of rejection, you feel anxiety. Do they like me? Do they want to be with me? All those pains and discomforts are actually markers of what is alive from within you, and it would serve you so well to transmute those. So transmute abandonment wounds into acceptance, transmute like the anxiety, the insecure anxiety that you feel in a connection while you are trying to be in one or are in one, how to transmute that into secure attachment, how to bring your self-worth up, how to know what your boundaries are, how to know where your self-concept is and what is your self-confidence, how confident are you. Sometimes, not sometimes, from what I was taught, most of the time, all the pain and discomfort that we experience in our life truly is a compass to markers that are not serving us, that exist from inside of here. They have been learned somewhere along the way of our life and have essentially like embedded themselves in us and release that message day in and day out that I am unlovable, I am not worthy of love, I'm bound to be rejected, I'm bound to be alone, and keep creating feelings of anxiety and non-safety. So take the pain, like the emotion of the discomfort, and work backwards and see what is the thought. Because not usually, but in cognitive behavioral therapy, they teach us that thought creates emotion and the emotion creates the behavior. So if perhaps you're feeling unlovable or not wanted, thoughts might be, why doesn't anyone love me? Or why can't anyone love me? What's wrong with me? things like that. And then emotions are uncomfortable, and then behaviors would be that you might be retreating, or you might be anxiously attaching to that person and wanting validation from them to the point where you're so dysregulated and discombobulated that it affects your work, your sleep, because that's all you can think about. You're checking your phone all the time. Where is he? Where is she? Why haven't they responded? And then you give that meaning, and then you feel it in your body, and you have more dysregulation, more anxiety, and it's like this vicious cycle that continues. But this can happen in many different relationships, although the romantic relationships do serve as the biggest mirror to what discomforts and or pains we have acquired during our childhood and or even adolescence. And it could be from just one single event that has created unprocessed trauma like behavior, and that situation of it not being processed will essentially allow for that unprocessed emotion to be alive in the body, and it will drive behavior, which then it's like the recycling triangle. It's like thoughts, behaviors, emotions, they're all intertwined with each other, like in that triangle of like recycling. So one produces the other. And then the vibrational frequency of who we are is that of like, I am unlovable, I'm not worthy to be shown up for, they're bound to reject me, I'm bound to be alone. Like that frequency is what is surrounding you. And then by the laws of attraction, you bring in someone to reinforce that. So once you become aware that you actually have all the power, and they're giving you a gift to transmute that thought, transmute that emotion, transmute that behavior, then you can really set yourself free from the very thing that this person is making you feel, or a situation. And you can either bring in another individual and or situation meeting you at your new frequency, or that person and or situation can actually shift to meet your new frequency. That can also happen. Either way, in each case scenario, you're going to be winning at the end, because just winning alone in the fact that you let go of any unserving core beliefs, and you raise your self-concept, and you realize that you are the only one that you ever need. You realize that you are the only one that you need to come home to. Other people are just showing you what pieces you're still needing to complete your own puzzle, so then you can be home, right? Because through life experiences and our primary caregivers, how they were with us, society, what it teaches us, religion, all these outside forces, because we are this beautiful microsystem, like your sense of self, you, and then there's all these other systems around us that affect who we are. So if religion says one thing, and then if you don't abide by them, then you're a bad person, then your internal system will be affected very much so, and you might internalize certain things that in other cultures are natural, that in your culture that makes you a bad person. Therefore, you're going to keep bringing in experiences to reflect that marker that's inside of you that's not serving, in order for you to shed it. And there is something magical that happens, as we learned at Human Development, in the ages between 40 and 65 is when you truly, fully go into this identity crisis, because you no longer resonate with the old self. I feel like 30s might actually be the hardest of stages when it comes to human development, because you're feeling the wrath of all the unhelpful core beliefs acquired so far so deeply And patterns seem to be repeated so like prominently, because maybe you had, say, like in my example, I didn't have my 4 S's as a child: to be safe, seen, secure, and soothed, just for lack of education on my parents' part and their upbringing, intergenerational patterns of really unhelpful ways of parenting. Totally fine, totally okay with it. No one here to blame. Just recognizing that the product of that environment was someone who had an insecure attachment style, therefore definitely super anxious in relationships, definitely always worrying, are they going to leave me? Why don't they love me? Why can anyone like me? Why are they not responding to me? Always fearing that I was going to be, not shown up for, not cherished. Like, all these things were essentially what I was experiencing. And even though you think that you're a good person, I was like, oh, I work really hard and I get really good grades and I make really good money, but why can't anyone love me? It's because my internal dialogue, my hard drive, my core beliefs were reflecting what I learned as a child, and I kept replaying that pattern. So we are in the theta wave state when we are children, which is like the dreamlike state. So we're very susceptible, like sponges, to absorbing all these things that society and our primary caregivers are teaching us. So say, for example, if your parents did not say I love you, or they constantly criticize everything that you did instead of saying bravo, even if you made a million mistakes, then it is very much likely that you're going to grow up with a core belief that you're not enough. And then you're going to keep bringing people into your life as an adult to keep reflecting that experience. But sometimes in our 20s, when you break free from your like primary family, like your mom and dad, like at some point you're going to leave your home, you're going to go find a job, you're going to get your own place, da 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 da. But then as you settle into a new family or connection, the chances that we are going to repeat the pain that we acquired in our childhood are very likely. And even in the show Couples Therapy, which I just binge watched all 4 seasons, it's a reality TV show, the therapist always brings back her clients to the place of childhood where they learned to behave in that way, or bring in someone to highlight an unhelpful pattern that they created as a child in order to offset the lack of perhaps emotional stability or lack of love being given to them. Like, all the unhelpful coping mechanisms and unhelpful ways of thinking and feeling about the self will come out in our romantic relationships. And then by the 40s, you're questioning everything. So from 40 to 65, then you go into, there has to be more to life. Like, why am I living this way? Like, what is happening? And it feels so strong, like all the pain, and like, which is essentially like a grief of your unmet needs, grief of like not experiencing a love that you know in your mind you want to have and deserve. But if you don't feel like you deserve it, or if you don't love yourself to that caliber where somebody else can meet you in that frequency, then it's really challenging to bring that in. According to the laws of energy, actually quite impossible. So, not underestimating the pain that can exist in our 30s, and then the opportunity when we go into our 40s to want to be different. Because when I think about myself, actually in my, when we were learning about that in human development, that made so much sense to me, because when I was 38, I started to feel all the pain of the same patterns that I was repeating in my adult relationships that was reminiscent of my relationship to my mother, which was painful and would always lead me into not very nice thoughts about myself. So at 38, I was like, there has to be more to life. And then by 40, I read so much. And then I was like, yes, I have the power to change. And then I decided to go back to school and become a clinical counselor. And I've learned so much in the process of doing so that has helped me to completely rewire my system by doing self-love workshops. So literally staring at myself in the mirror for 21 days and saying to myself, I love you. Inner child work, like imagining my little inner child, talking to her, giving her all the love. Gratitude workshops. So I've used Louise Hay's book, Mirror Work, which I actually have a workshop on the YouTube channel completely for free. Like this is just me sharing it. And every time I do it, actually, it elevates my frequency. So I guess essentially I'm also doing it for myself. And I also think it's just such a great book and such a life-changing tool and experience. I want everyone to feel that. And then I did Magic by Rhonda Barn. I don't know how to say her last name properly, but that's another 21-day program where you focus on gratitude. That is a big game changer. You want to shift your vibration? Gratitude is the quickest and fastest way to do that. So gratitude for all the masculines that made me feel, all the things that my mother essentially like gifted me, you know, my unworthiness, the criticism. Poor thing didn't receive any more from her stepmom. She had it even worse. So I'm, I guess, lucky in the fact that I stumbled upon experiences and books that were showing me that something else exists. And then I started looking into it. And then I found amazing YouTubers. Christina Lopes? Christina Lopes. She's a big one that I followed for forever on YouTube. And her stuff was just available to me for free. All these beautiful meditations and like rewiring guilt. And who else did I follow? Louise Hay. I followed her. There were some other key people on YouTube. Shelley Bullard, she was another one. All this information that was available to me amongst books from Rhonda Barn and Daniel Siegel, Eckhart Tolle, Michael Singer, like all these people that were showing me that life can be and feel different. And actually Michael Singer's book, The Untethered Soul, is a lot on this topic. It's actually all about this topic. Like, how do you untether yourself from all the thorns that you acquired as a child? How do you take them out so then people don't prickle them anymore, so then you don't feel that? So then if you want to be in a connection and the person is choosing not to be with you, you don't internalize it as if there's something wrong with you, but you internalize it as an experience that was just not meant to be yours, and something else is waiting for you, and you don't feel, or like you fill that space of not being with that person with a knowing and gratitude for what's coming next, as opposed to filling that space with grief and loss about not being chosen. That is a really big difference. The energy that fills that space of someone not choosing you is going to be the indicator and the point of attraction for your next experience. So why not fill the space with, yeah, that was just not meant for me. Something else is going to come, and I can't wait to see what the next is going to come. And understanding and not making it mean about you. The book, The Four Agreements, that's another great book. Like, not taking anything personally, not giving anything meaning, because we give meaning and take things personally through our core beliefs. And that can be really subjective to each one, because each one of us acquires a different lens of perception of life in their childhood. Therefore, things can be interpreted in many different ways, depending on what those core beliefs are. I actually do have a video on core beliefs if you want to find out what yours are. So if you are watching this on YouTube, I'll put the link if you are listening to this on the podcast. I wonder how I can put the link. I'm not sure. I'll have to see how that is. But maybe I should do another one on core beliefs, because I think like that's so important to know. It's basically like the language of our soul. Like, what is your core beliefs is, yeah, it's your, not your genetic, like our genetic makeup is the makeup of our physical body, right? That's like your emotional makeup. Like it's, yeah, it's the, what's the word that I'm trying to think of? It's the manual. It's the manual of your emotional body. So your genetic makeup is what makes your physical body. Your acquired core beliefs is the makeup of your emotional body. And now we know through all these wonderful spiritual teachers, doctors, Dr. Chopra, Dr. Brian Weiss, that the emotional body, or even Dr. Joe Dispenza, the emotional body is what brings in experiences, because like attracts like, everything is energy, energy is everything. And yeah, to simply put it that way, everything is energy, energy is everything. So watch what those pains are and know that you can transmute them. I actually do have workshops on my YouTube channel to heal your anxious attachment style, increase your self-love. And I feel like those are the two that I have so far. Maybe I should do a gratitude one, because I feel with life's challenges, I feel like I need to dig a little bit deeper into the gratitude for myself. So it will be worthwhile for me to do that too. So I'm going to end my video here. I think that is, yeah, I think this is a good way to stop. And I feel much like other people have helped me to rewire myself and live my life completely different. I'm grateful to have the opportunity to be sharing this information with you as well. And perhaps I can be what those people were for me in order to help somebody else raise their vibration. So just essentially just passing forward the torch. And I'm so forever grateful for the people that gave me the torch and literally like helped me light my fire and like live in my true light. And then I'm so grateful for anyone that chooses to find their own light and walk this path of life with me. Even if it's just for one moment, I'm so grateful for you. If you like anything about this video, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe either to the YouTube channel or the podcast, please feel free to do so. And I welcome any ideas for any future videos. With all my love and gratitude, I'll see you next time.